Examples of interviews that I have used in the past: 24-hour dietary recall. Although apparently this is automated and now online from what Corey has told me. So 24-hour recall, you have to go through a couple times because people are going to forget what they ate. They're going to maybe tell you something they ate that they didn't really eat, or they're going to skip the foods that they ate. So, so you usually have to go through multiple times. 7-day physical activity recall, I've done that. Try to clarify people's physical activity over the past week at the level of walking at a normal pace. So it's not too bad if you got to go back a day or two, but when you start going back 5 to 7 days, you might imagine participants' recall is not that great, especially when you know how long did you sleep, how many days did you work, and what did you do for exercise. Telephone surveys definitely cost less than in person. They're usually run by call centers. And we have on campus here the Social and Behavioral Research Lab, the lab that does the Winthrop polls and other polls. And so employees can vary in their training and skills. So you might get a survey taker who is very experienced and professional, and then you have others that are not. Typically, they're done by random digit dialing. The computer-based questions. There are definitely disadvantages. It becomes increasingly difficult to do. It's usually home phones only. Cell phones are very challenging. From when we had speakers here talking about political polls on campus, you have to pay a lot of money if you actually want to try to reach a mobile phone. So, even large news organizations like CNN or NBC News or Fox News, they're going to spend a lot of money if they're really trying to target people who have cell phones. You're going to have to catch, people if you're at home. Who is home? People have caller ID and call blocking. If I see a number I don't recognize, I'm not picking up the phone. And so it's very unlikely that you may even pick up the people that you want to pick up. Normative surveys, we talked a little bit about this. Established norms, we think about things like fitness tests, nationwide obesity data, BMI data. So these are large-scale surveys, and so we develop norms for them. Data analysis with surveys. There's not a whole lot that you can do, and so you can see here your descriptives. You can do Cronbach's alpha. You can maybe do chi-square, non-parametric analyses, correlation. Probably Spearman correlation if it's non-parametric. Open-ended questions from data analysis. Once again, you're going to need that cross-validation. Structural equation modeling, path analyses, factor analyses. So there's quite a bit that you can do with survey data, especially advanced analyses if you go on to your doctoral studies. Just a review of reliability. There is your true score, your theoretical score with no errors. There's always measurement errors. So any data point you see is always this theoretical true score, and then whatever measurement error is incorporated in that. So you always want to try to minimize your measurement error. And we've talked about these all semester long. Participants, the self-report. How motivated are they? Are they passionate? Are they tired? Do they have any preconceived biases with the topic? Testing, lack of clarity. How are the instructions followed? Are you using too much jargon? Anything that's scored, and competence of scores, carelessness. Do you have mechanical things that are not calibrated? Do you have poor instrument design that you can't discriminate responses from different groups? So those are all things that are going to be really important as far as survey research is concerned. Because once again, the data you have, that you get from that survey, that's all you get. There's no way to go back and get any observations or anything like that.